Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Just to start, could we put our cameras on, because I know the internet is really bad here, and I'm sure with you as well in this pandemic. So I would like you to put your camera on, just for the start and the introduction. And as soon as we are done introducing, then you'd be free to put your cameras off. My name is Lyndell Danzie-Black, and I am very happy to be here, and thank you so much for being a part of the session. So we will go straight into the session. This session is run by, it's a mini training program for the ILO Master Training Program that I am going to start from Monday, tomorrow. So I'm really thankful to you for coming on. Today is Sunday, you could have been doing other things. So we will start right now with asking you to introduce yourself. We'll start with Priscilla.
Okay, my name is Priscilla Clark. Good afternoon, and I'm joining you here from Orlando, Florida.
Oh, welcome, Priscilla, and thank you so much for being here with us. We are so happy to have you. We will now move on to Bernard Black. Bernard, could you please put your mic
on mute?
It's unmute your mic, please. Yes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bernard Black, and I'm connecting from Georgetown, Guyana.
Thank you, Bernard, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. We will now move on to Elsa Samuel.
Hi, my name is Elsa Samuel, and I'm connecting you from Orlando, Florida.
Okay, thank you, Elsa. Hope the weather is not too bad in Florida at this time.
Not too bad at all.
Okay, thank you for joining in. We now have Lauren Black. Lauren, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Lauren Black, and I'm joining you from Guyana. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you for coming, Lauren. Appreciate that. And we will now ask Mr. Samuels. I suspect who's probably having some problems with his camera. So Mr. Samuel, can you please introduce yourself?
Good afternoon. My name is Joseph Samuel. I'm joining you from Orlando, Florida.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us today. And what we all seem to have in common is a bit of weather and internet. So I can understand if you choose to put your camera off as we move on into the session. So I will just share my screen with you briefly so you could see the program and what we are going to be looking at today. Just bear with me 1 minute whilst I reduce my screen and get the thing up. Okay. Let me just share my screen with you now. I'm trying to get the document up. I have it right here and I'm not seeing it. Anyway, what we are going to be looking at today is a short program on learning about your potential customers and competitors. So as business owners, you oftentimes wonder about who your customers are or who your competitors are. So today, our objective will be to help you identify potential customers and to help you to analyze your competitive environment. It is, who are your competitors? Who are you working with? Who is working within the same space as you? So that's what we are going to be looking at today. We are also going to be looking at a short case study, and the case study is actually about a young entrepreneur who I believe this whole situation would resonate with you, because she is probably thinking about starting a business just like you are. And her name is Lily. So Lily has been working for a company for many years. And Lily's friend is always complaining about her being unable to get clothing for her 12-year-old daughter. So Lily decides that she was going to look at how she can deal with that problem that her friend has, or to find a solution for that problem. So Lily has already been thinking about quitting her current job. She wants to do something different. And so Lily wants to be able to make pretty dresses for the girls in her community. And she sees the problem that her friend has as her being able to find a solution for that, right? So Lily starts to talk to the local community. What is Lily doing while she's doing that? She is trying to find out from her local community what, will they buy from her? What is it that they what's the problem with finding clothing, etc., etc. So Lily spoke to a shop owner who seems to be very happy with her designs and who said that he will want to buy from her. But Lily does not quit her job. What she's trying to do is to work her job, yet still do this side hustle. So on the evening, Lily starts to make garments. All the dresses that Lily make, will sell very well, because what happens is the shop owner is very happy with her. So within 6 months, Lily starts receiving regular orders from the shop owner. And so her business starts to grow. She starts thinking that she wants to buy more equipment. So now that that has happened, there are some questions that we will probably want to find out about Lily. What in your mind do you think that Lily speaking to the shop owner, why do you think that Lily would think to speak to the shop owner or talk to the shop owner about her business? What is the reason for that? Anyone? Yes, Priscilla?
Whether the shop owner will continue buying from her in the long term.
Right. So she's trying to find out whether the shop owner will buy from her. Why do you think that Lily is also talking to her friend? Who is her friend? When you look at business and how businesses run, what does her friend represent?
I think her friend represents her client base.
Yeah.
Her client base, her customers.
Her customers.
Right? Okay, thank you, Lauren and Bernard.
Yes, I think Lily wants to know as well, what is the demand level like? What are the trends in customer requests? So by being in touch with the seller, she would know that straight off.
Exactly. So when we look at what it is that Lily is doing, Lily is finding out about two things. She is finding out first and foremost about her customer, her potential demand. She's also finding out about what is happening in her community. Will her potential customers buy from her? So she's looking at bigger customers. She's also looking at her smaller customers. The one thing that I found that Lily did not really talk about is her competitors. Who are the people that are currently sewing like her, right? Are there anyone in her community that's selling the same thing? And are they going to be paying, are they going to be charging the same money that she is charging? What are their price points? How can she then put her prices together? So these things are very important in business. When you are developing a business idea, you want to make sure that you understand what problems you're solving for your customers, what solutions you're bringing forward, and furthermore, what is happening in the competitive space Who else is doing a business like yours? If there are other people who are doing a business like yours, what is it that they're charging? How much are they charging? Are they charging differently to you or the same price? Another thing that you want to be looking at as it relates to your competitors is there a gap that these competitors are not filling, right? So for example, you might be going into a interior design business, right? And with an interior design business, is somebody else doing that same business? Yes, there might be 4 or 5 people doing it, but how many people will do it for you on a weekend? How many people will come into your house and use what you currently have to make
Value added.
exactly value added, Lauren? That is what your competitors are doing is about looking for the gap. What are they not doing, and how can you add more value, as Lauren said, right?
And what new design that she can come up with that their competitors don't have?
Exactly. So, Mr. Samuels. So these are the things, you know, you find out what new design can I now bring into play, right? So I want to introduce you to, although we may not have time to go through it ourselves here, but I would like to introduce you to a short activity called A Market is Waiting for You, right? So first of all, you would like, and I will share this with you after the session as well. You want to look at what is your business idea? What idea do you have? Which need is your business fulfilling, right? What is not happening, and what solution is your business currently looking to fill? What goods or services will you provide? What is it that you're providing that people want? So to whom are you selling? Is like what Lily was doing. Lily was trying to find out from her friend what the problem is, that she can't find those dresses, right? How will you sell your goods or services? Will it be word of mouth? Will it be through digital marketing, meaning online? Or will you put it in the papers? Will you do flyers? All of these things are important. How much will your business depend on the environment or impact the environment? That's a very important conversation these days. If you have a business, you want to make sure that you're always taking care of the environment for generations to come, right? So these are some of the things that we can probably look at in the future, where I will talk to you a little more about it. But because of our time constraints, what I would like to do is to basically ask you, do you have any questions? Is there anything that we discussed here that you did not understand?
When we see anyone is looking to start up a business, those are a lot of vital questions that they have to ask themselves. It's not about having a product and just introducing it onto the market. So as you nicely round everything up, first you will have to look at your clients, look at your competition, see how you're going to introduce yourself into the market, your pricing, and all of that will be really help you to be successful and for your business growth as well. So you really round it up in a really nice way for someone who's starting to really understand how to go about starting a small business. Thank you for that.
Thank you for your comment. Yes, Priscilla?
At the beginning, Lily was thinking of 12-year-olds.
Yes.
So then she had to focus on the type of dress styles that would suit a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old. If she's looking at this age range, then she have to think of what they like. So she have to do a little research on that.
Excellent. So instead of just looking at 12-year-olds, she should actually look at a range. I really like that. Yes, exactly. So
I have a question.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So my question is, what approach should you take when approaching an expert for advice? because sometimes experts are not willing to just give information to any and anyone. So my question is, what approach should, especially a young person like me, take towards asking someone that is more experienced for advice about this?
One of the things that I often say, especially to young people, always be willing to give first before you get. So what does that mean? You are young, you might be interested in a particular field. Let us say, for example, you might be interested in electrical engineering or electricity. So you now want to find out a little more about it. The approach you will make to Mr. Samuels, who is an expert in electricity, you will say to him something like, Mr. Samuels, you know, I would really like to do some volunteering work with you, right? Where, you know, I have a couple of hours, can I help, can I work with you? To, you know, I want to see how the whole electricity works, etc., etc. So always be willing to give first than to receive, right?
Yeah.
And then secondly, remember that it is an investment. Every time you think about developing your business, always be ready to put your hands out and say, well, this is what I can afford. Can you help me with XYZ if you're coming to a business consultant, right? We have just a few seconds left. So Mr. Black, quickly, and so we will have to wrap up.
Yes, my question is, in terms of the creativity of a dress, you know, there's the issue of intellectual property where Lily will take a piece of cloth on a sewing machine and create something that has never been created before.
Yes.
What advice would you have for her to protect that piece of unique
property.
work, right, in
Yes.
terms of intellectual property?
Absolutely. Thank you for that question. My advice to a young woman who would be designing dresses, on anybody who's designing anything at all, is first of all, you need to make it your own. One of the ways years ago it used to, you know, people used to say, send the design in the post for yourself, right? Send it in the envelope so that you could claim it. But these days we have things like YouTube, and we have online platforms where you could literally go through your process and say, well, this is what it is that I am designing, and I have how you've gone about doing it. So somebody else who's tempted to steal it will be tempted not to, because it's online. But the most professional way of doing this also is to get an intellectual property rights lawyer who can register your patent for you, because this now belongs to Priscilla Clark. She has designed this, and a lawyer can help you with that. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much for your time. I thank you because I know that you could have been doing other things and you were here with me today. But I have to end at this
You're
time.
welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, and good luck. Good luck with your
The
project.
evaluation, so you will tell us what you think of the session. Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, then.
Okay, bye-bye.
Sambo.